So
that's always good. You can always find us on WOTM, WAXC TV, or you can, again, dial us up on the Sports Blitz Facebook page normally, and hopefully we'll get that up and running as soon as we can. But some good news, if you want to take it, I think it's good news. Marquise Robinson looks like, he was one of those redshirt freshmen, a four-star guy that Auburn brought in, redshirted last year. Looks like he was into the transfer portal. Probably all signs point to him rejoining the team. Just like Javarius Johnson, the wide receiver from Hewitt Trussville. He went into the portal, and then he came back out. So this is a four-star defensive tackle, that was in that 2021 class. He's still enrolled in classes there. It looks like going to be back with the team. And for a position, that defensive line that maybe was, that was one that got hit the hardest by the transfer portal, having him back, certainly that's good news.
This team needs depth. That's the biggest thing. And, for whatever reason he decided to enter the portal, he's made a decision to return. That's the thing about this transfer portal. Just because you enter doesn't mean you're gone. And we've seen
not a one-way street.
No, you've seen a lot of guys do this all over the country. And I think Alabama's had a few. Georgia just had a guy do it. Big defensive or offensive lineman, that decided that he was just going to stay put as well. So grass isn't always green on the other side. I think that's probably, the most cliche statement in the world, but it's the truth. I mean, we let things get under our skin so easily nowadays, and if things don't quite go our way one day, we just want to pack our stuff up and get the heck out of Dodge. And kids are emotional, adults are emotional. And a lot of kids, maybe things aren't going quite the way they want it to go or thought it would go, so they decide to do something else, but then cooler heads prevail a lot of times. Hey, the portal's good, though. It gives some people a fresh start. It gives people an opportunity. Obviously, Walker Kessler benefited from that. Now, you may say, well, how did he benefit from it? North Carolina went to the national championship game, and, he came to Auburn. Well, his production in North Carolina was nothing what it was this year at Auburn. And, he won Defensive Player of the Year. He had a lot of individual accolades. He improved, got a lot more minutes. So, just because the team he was on went a little bit further doesn't necessarily mean that it wasn't the best choice for him. So, glad Marquise Robinson will be back, and hopefully he'll get in there and grind and get better because we need him to.
Absolutely. And he was a good-looking prospect. He actually got more playing time than Lee Hunter.
He did.
He actually got in the game against Georgia.
And that's one thing I hate.
Huge body, too.
Right. Coaching changes and things like that are always going to generate some change, get some guys to leave, maybe get some guys to come in. But, I hate it for Lee Hunter. I mean, Lee Hunter had to make a decision, but would have loved to have seen him stay because now it looks like Dylan Brooks is really taking a next step. Which we needed him to do. And if you would have added him on that line, that would have been two of those top 5 stars here in the state been on the same defensive line. We just are impatient in this world now. And for rightfully so, we want immediate gratification. We want things to happen yesterday. And kids, are just a victim of the society they live in. They want instant, results, instant starts, whatever you want to call it, and it's easy to just go somewhere else right now. So would have loved to have seen him stick it out because we could have had 2 of those 5 stars right there on the defensive line. But again, you got to make that decision for yourself, and whatever that is, you got to live with it.
3 visitors in town this weekend. Tony Mitchell, the 5-star defensive back, speaking of the 5 stars, out of Thompson High School. Now, I mean, everybody assumes that he is a lock to Alabama, but, hey, you get him on campus.
According to Luke, he's not a lock to Alabama at all. If anything,
Florida, maybe.
Well, Florida, Georgia, and A&M seem to be the 3 on top of his list. You don't know anymore now. But, what it's going to take, there's so many great recruits in this class. Auburn's going to have to go in there and some of these guys that don't have Auburn listed, they're going to have to land a commitment or two from some of those guys where it looks like, wow, that came out of left field to get Auburn back in the race of relevancy. Okay, let's just be honest about it. They're trying to jump back in on this thing. If they could get a Tony Mitchell or, whoever it is up there at the top, in a couple of those top 10 guys to say, look, Auburn's changed their tune. It looks different. These guys, these are people I want to play for. These new coaches like Ike Hilliard and, Jimmy Brumbaugh, those are guys I can see myself playing for. That's what it's going to take, Andy, and I think we've got some really good assistants that are going to do that. I think Auburn's being undersold a little bit right now. It does look bleak on the outside, but the only way you can correct that is to really roll up your sleeves and go bust your rear end and make those kids know, hey, I got to have you in this program for Auburn to get back to where we want it to be, and you can be one of the biggest reasons why Auburn gets back to the top of the heap. And you got to convince a few of them.
And while recruiting has changed in the last, I guess 10 years, maybe the last 5 years probably, while going to the NFL, while the NIL deal, while these kind of things have kind of ascended,
right?
Playing time's still a big deal. And Auburn can sell playing time.
Playing time is the deal. I mean, that really is the deal. I mean, outside of going to the NFL and being able to catapult people like Alabama has done into the NFL, I would think playing time would be dead under that as far as importance. How quickly can I get on the field and showcase what I can do? And again, there's a double-edged sword to not being as good as you want to be right now, is that you can afford to get in there and tell some of these freshmen, you're going to get on the field immediately. We got to have help. We got to have you come in ready to go. This is not you're going to sit behind two guys for a couple of years. So, again, going back to the instant gratification thing that I'm talking about, these kids want to seize the moment. They don't want to go sit. So it's a good selling point. You're
Jeremiah
right.
Cobb on campus as well, 4-star running back out of Montgomery Catholic.
Right.
Again, there's some crystal balls to Auburn. Projecting him to Auburn right now. Now, what does that mean? You and I have had this conversation.
Should see him in a couple of weeks in person. Benjamin Russell will scheduled to play. Now, spring games can change. But they're scheduled to play Catholic in 2 weeks.
He's supposed to be a game breaker, speed-wise. I mean,
right.
So that's a guy that an explosive running back. That's something that Auburn definitely needs. 4-star defensive lineman Jordan Hall is supposed to be in town this weekend as well. 6'4", 300-pounder out of Jacksonville, Florida. Number 157 player in the country. So you got defensive line, you got running back, you got defensive back. You got a little bit of everything there in the mix. Some names to keep an eye on as far as wide receivers. May 1st, if you're not in by May 1st, we're coming to that date here pretty quick. If you're not in by May 1st, then this year's done for the transfer portal. So Auburn, if they're going to bring in some kind of wide receiver to try to help bolster that position a little bit, then it's going to have to be here pretty soon. Jared Means, La Tech transfer, Caleb Chapman, Texas A&M, kind of had
You're telling me that Ryan Pepins is already in the portal?
Yeah. Went to spring, didn't
because
for whatever reason, he's in the portal already.
Auburn needs to jump on that kid. And I'm going to tell you something right now. We called that game for the network, and he was by far, again, look, all the guys that you just talked about, Jeremiah Alexander, Tony, all these guys were on that field, Phoenix City, all their all-stars. Ryan Pepins stole the show. Okay? He was the guy on the field that made play after play after play after play. So, and everybody there was going, why in the heck is Auburn not trying to get Ryan Pepins?
Well,
maybe they'll have a shot.
1,400 yards in high school.
I trust him. I think he had 1,300 in the championship game. No, I'm just kidding. Hey, that's how impressive he was, man. And to stand out on that field the way he did.
Jalen Robinson out of Central Florida, too. It'd be nice to get one back from Central Florida. We've been giving so many players to them. We're up against our first break here on the Auburn Blitz, but don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more right after this.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area a team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice Motors.
Hillaby Towers is an affordable senior citizens community located in Alexander City on Highway 22 East. Spacious one-bedrooms are available now. Great location, peaceful setting, comfortable living where pets are allowed and utilities are included. Call today to find out more information on Alexander City's best-kept secret, 256-329-0552. That's Hillaby Towers in Alexander City.
WOTM is the television provider for all Alabama High School Athletic Association championship events and special programs. WOTM is your home for the Super 7 football, state finals basketball, baseball and softball state championships, the AHSAA weekly show, and WOTM also produced the first ever football playoff show, Super 7 preview show, and reclassification reveal show. Your exclusive home for all things AHSAA is WOTM. Contact your local cable provider to request WOTM to your channel lineup.
Finding a job might be tough, but starting your new career has never been easier. Wellborn Cabinet in Ashland has a wide array of career opportunities with benefits. General labor production, skilled cabinet builders, product assembly line, shipping, over-the-road truck drivers, clerical, marketing, security, daycare, office clerks, and so much more. Apply in person, 38669 Highway 77 South in Ashland, or online at wellborn.com. Building cabinets, building careers, and building our community.
Whether it's Lake Martin, Lay Lake, or Logan Martin, boaters from all over the state of Alabama come to Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama, because it's worth the drive. With the best deals on unbeatable Suzuki outboards, Manitou and Landau Tritoons, and a great pre-owned inventory while they last. Alex City Marine is the pros the locals know. And no matter where you're from, when you're here, you're local to us. Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama. AlexCityMarine.com.
Heritage South Credit Union in Alexander City is your community credit union, and they have been for over 80 years. Heritage South Credit Union proudly serves Tallapoosa, Coosa, Lee, Chambers, Randolph, and Chilton counties. From checking to business accounts, to share savings to club accounts, to their kids club and investments. Visit them online at myhscu.com. Heritage South Credit Union, your community credit union for 80 years. Federally insured by NCUA.
A&M Plumbing, A&M Plumbing, service at its best when you need it most.
From the smallest drippy faucet to drain cleaning to water heater replacement to gas lines to total systems replacement, A&M Plumbing handles it all. Visit amplumbing.net today for the experienced, licensed, and insured pros at A&M Plumbing.
A&M Plumbing, A&M Plumbing, service at its best when you need it most.
It's Truck Month at Glenn Smith Chevrolet in Opelika. Take your pick of the brand new Chevrolet Silverado Trail buses. The full-size pickups equipped for off-roading adventures. They're ready to roll. Now at Glenn Smith Chevrolet and discounted up to $5,000 off while they last. And you can get 0% financing on many new Chevrolet cars, trucks, and SUVs.
We have over 200 new and used vehicles on the ground or on the way. Get ready to smile.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Brett here with you for about 45 more minutes left in today's show, brought to you each and every day by Big Fish Real Estate. Give them a call today for all your real estate needs, 551-BIG FISH. Also, BigFishLakeMartin.com. You can look them up any day of the week. Man, they are doing big things. Beautiful new facility there in Dadeville. Go and check that out.
Right.
It hadn't quite opened yet, but you can see they're on the finishing touches of it. And they are just doing they had a huge year last year, and expecting even bigger things this year in 2022. So, Big Fish Real Estate. Baseball this weekend. Brett, this is an important series. You always say this. This is a really, really important series.
They need to sweep this.
And I'm going to tell you why.
Because what's coming?
Because Auburn's luck. Now, I mean, we've had a difficult schedule already. How about this?
Tennessee's
you play number
coming.
1 and number 2 back to back.
That's about par for the course.
You're going to play the next 6 games. You're going to play at Tennessee and Arkansas at home. You better take care of business this weekend.
Yeah, you better. If there's ever been a chance for a sweep, though, because South Carolina's they're good, but they're nothing to write home about at all. Good opportunity for this team at home to, a sweep is hard to come by in this league for anybody, unless you've been Tennessee the first half of the season, and Alabama was able to get one from them. I hope moving forward, some of these teams, and we've seen it, it's so hard to maintain the level of, especially what Tennessee's done. It's hard to maintain that. They're going to tell off somewhere.
Yeah, you hit a wall at some point.
I hope they hit a wall next week. I hope they start it this week, to be honest. And they kind of hit a semi-wall this past week with Tennessee Tech and then Alabama. Winning back to, they lost 2 in a row, which is like, oh, Lord, what the heck's going on? But people, and I noticed somebody made a mention from Vanderbilt's, one of Vanderbilt's beat writers or whatever said that Tennessee may have been exposed a little bit in that Vanderbilt series, even though Tennessee was able to get the sweep. That Tennessee Tech then further exposed them, and then Alabama came out with a so, again, watching film, watching hitters' tendencies, it's almost like Auburn. In basketball, they went on a 19-game winning streak, and people started figuring out what to take away from that team to make them uncomfortable. And every team, no matter how good you are, has something that you don't do quite as well as you do other things. And Tennessee right now is just knocking the cover off the ball, but with this day and age, what we just talked about with technology, watching film on hitters and tendencies and what they don't hit well and trying to coach your pitchers to say, look, don't, slider isn't a good pitch to throw to this guy. If you get ahead of him, feed him full of off-speed stuff or, throw him high and tight with fastballs. You coach them to really this is stuff that you didn't have years ago.
Yeah, analytics, man.
That's it.
You get to the point to where it's like, 20 years ago it was, this is how we're going to face this guy. Now it's, if you get 2 strikes, throw this pitch.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's that precise.
Right. And so I think with that, again, Tennessee, if they maintain this level of intensity all the way through the SEC schedule, it will be truly amazing because what they've done to this point is ridiculous. I mean, what are they, 14-1 in conference play through 15 games? Unbelievable.
Pretty good.
Especially in this league. Let's go to the phone lines. Caller, go ahead. You're on the Auburn Blitz.
Yes. Got a question for you.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Yes, I understand Coach Farrell got a 5-star forward recruit out of Louisiana. What do you know about this young man?
He is he's a definite great addition to this team. He had not gotten to LSU yet. This is a new recruit coming in that decided to decommit when LSU did all of had all the sanctions and all kind of thrown down on him, and he's one of the top. Is he, Andy, the top player now? He's not. There was another guy that he was close to, I guess, Sharif Cooper and and Jabari Smith ranking-wise, but I don't think he's the highest we've ever recruited. But anyway,
He's right behind Jabari Smith.
Okay, so he is ahead of Sharif as far as highest rated. But 6'10", can shoot the ball outside, can get it inside as well. Just a big presence, with losing Smith and Walker Kessler. He's a guy that will plug right into Bruce Pearl's offense, and he's from France. He's a tremendous player. I've watched a lot of film on him. He's versatile. Maybe not quite the outside shooter Jabari Smith is. He plays with his back to the goal a lot more, but a big-time rebounder, and that's something we need.
And a second 5-star recruit from LSU, Julian Phillips, scheduled to visit Auburn as well.
Right, and we've got a question here from Ty Sanders on that here coming up. So,
thank you, guys.
Thank you for calling. We appreciate it. Okay, Audie, thank you.
Yes.
Have a good day. And you can call us, too, 256-234-6221. Johan Traore is his name. We've talked about him for weeks. But Jason Caldwell will be on with us at 12:36. We'll kind of get his beat on some of this. But Ty said, what is the latest on Johnny Broome and Amani Bates transferring to Auburn? I don't know.
Broome is the one from Morehouse.
That's right.
Is it Morehouse? Morehead.
Morehead
State.
And then Amani Bates. Is Amani Bates somebody that you just hear a lot of stuff about that kid? Maybe it wasn't the right fit at Memphis, but when Amani Bates went out this year, Memphis got better.
That's true.
That's scary.
And also Hatfield Handley.
Yeah.
From Tennessee, 5-star former that played the freshman at Tennessee, transferred.
Can we just take
visited Auburn as well.
Take them all?
I don't know if we got room.
We don't. We only have 2 spots left.
2 spots.
Right.
Okay. Up against another break here. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more of the Auburn Blitz right after these messages.
Growing your business isn't just one thing. It's a million little things. Should you lease, rent, or own? How fast can you get that part? Does it fit the budget? That's what your local Cat dealer is here for. With expert advice, flexible financing, and industry-leading equipment, you can get the job done day after day. Visit ThompsonCat.com, your compact equipment provider.
The Eric McKinley team at Mortgage Pro in Alexander City is the perfect lender for all your mortgage needs. Property values have increased and interest rates have never been so low. So if you haven't looked at refinancing your house in the last 6 to 12 months, Mortgage Pro is here to help you take advantage of that. Our team is closing loans in 15 days or less, so give us a call at 256-397-0248 and let our team go to work for you today.
Frontline Outfitters provides all your aftermarket parts for your cars, trucks, and as well as your professional tinting solutions for auto, residential, and commercial buildings. Frontline Outfitters also handles vinyl wraps, spray-in bed liners, truck accessories, LED lighting, paint correction and detailing, and much more. Make sure Frontline Outfitters of Alexander City is your first call for tinting and aftermarket solutions. Call us today, 256-409-8100.
The interstate is backed up this morning due to an accident.
So you don't like sitting still on the interstate? Get the free Algo traffic app. With Algo, you'll have the information you need to avoid problems on your route, to work, to home, to the beach. Traffic backups, wrecks, lane closures, all with current info and live traffic camera feeds. Know before you go with Algo Traffic, ALGO Traffic from the Alabama Department of Transportation. Get it today and arrive on time.
Lake Martin Garage, located on Highway 280 in Jackson's Gap, has been serving our area since 1993. From routine maintenance such as oil changes, tune-ups, and rotating and balancing your tires, to transmission and engine repair, our trained and certified mechanics will get you back on the road better than before. Need a tow? With a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week towing service, Lake Martin Garage has local and long-range pickup. Trust your vehicle needs to the professionals at Lake Martin Garage. Call 256-825-6139, or better yet, stop in and see them today. Lake Martin Garage.
Russell Building Supply and Home Center is just around the corner in a brand new convenient location with a wide selection of grills, hardware, tools, paint, lawn and garden, and much more. The new store offers more home improvement items along with other helpful conveniences like a drive-through lumber yard and our Best Rewards program, making it an ideal destination for do-it-yourselfers and professional contractors. Get ready for game day on the plains by stocking up on all your Auburn tailgating gear at Russell Building Supply and Home Center.
EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare. Serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama.
For more than 40 years, Ingram Equipment Company has helped companies, towns, and cities with their dirtiest, most challenging jobs by providing the very best equipment and by helping them keep in tip-top working condition. IEC represents leading manufacturers such as Heil garbage truck bodies, Timco sweepers, Step pothole patchers, and many more. We proudly support all athletes and teams that compete across the state and wish them good luck this year. Ingram Equipment Company, ingramequipment.net.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Brett here with you. About 30 more minutes left in today's show, brought to you each and every day by Mortgage Pro. The Eric McKinley team, saving people thousands of dollars each and every year on their home mortgage. Give them a call today, 256-397-0248, 256-397-0248, located right here in Alexander City, but they service the entire state of Alabama. Man, how good has Joseph Gonzalez been?
He's pretty doggone good.
He's going to go. It's still traditional Mullins, Bright, and Gonzalez Friday, Saturday, and Sunday this week. This weekend as they take on South Carolina, as we mentioned. Softball in action as well on the road. They're 7-8, so I mean, you know, Auburn's baseball and softball kind of basically at the same place. Auburn 8-7 baseball, 7-8 in softball. They've had some good luck against Mississippi State. They have won the last 7 series meetings dating back to 2011. So
right.
Here again, you need to make some hay here. Only a couple of few, I think, series left in the softball season before you go to the SEC tournament, which will be in Gainesville this year. Auburn needing to kind of take care of some business. They kind of got back on the right track after losing the last couple of series in the league.
Yeah.
And playing Niagara, playing out of conference. Look, confidence-wise, just to get it back into play.
This is a team they're playing. They better win this one. I mean, they're Mississippi State is the same team as Auburn, really.
Oh, yeah.
Now, overall record or not, but in conference, that's identical. So they've got to, just like you said with the South Carolina series for baseball, you look at where you can really get some wins, and this is a place, and there's only a couple more series left after this one. Let's see, Brent said the statue is long overdue for Frank Thomas.
Yeah.
Glad to see they're going to get it done. And for those that didn't know, Board of Trustees approving a statue for Frank Thomas outside of Plainsman Park. So,
well, I mean, he's a Hall of Fame.
He's a two-sport player, too, at Auburn. He played football and baseball before deciding to go strictly with baseball, but he was a good tight end as well in football. So, but Frank Thomas, the big hurt, career average about 330, was a 30 to 40 home run guy every single year. Just a fun guy to watch as far as the way he played the game, a natural at the plate, just a big, strong guy that was, probably the best player in the league
Two-time MVP.
During his heyday, yeah.
in Major League. I mean, to be as big as he was, to be a 521 home run guy, hit for average too.
That's what I'm saying. His career average is what, about 330?
Well, he's 301 hitter in Major League Baseball.
Okay.
But
so over 300.
But over 300, that hardly.
But he had multiple years though. He hit around 330. I think that's where my mind.
Yeah. He had some years.
No, he had some. I think his heyday, the 2-time MVP stuff. He was definitely over 330 and hitting, 40 home runs. So
yeah,
big time offense.
Brent says, "Do you think it was odd?"
They announced a contract extension for Mickey Dean.
No, I think the program's headed in the right direction. I think, if you read that article, and again, they go back to it, I don't think we quite made as big a deal as we didn't give it enough due. The program was in just complete disarray.
Well, it was. I don't know about an extension right now. I mean, just
well,
for
it's
the
the
fact
last year of his contract.
Well, I know.
Yeah.
I mean, but the thing that I'm looking at, like what Brent's saying, is we were half a year away. If it doesn't get called off by COVID, I'm not sure he makes it through that year. Now, he's turned it around. I don't know what the terms of the deal are. Do you know what the extension?
4-year extension,
4-year.
I think.
So, look, I said it at the beginning of the year. Nobody on a hotter seat than him, and he's produced this year.
Well, he brought in some hitters.
I think what Brent's saying is why now? Could we wait to see how the year ends?
Yeah.
Decide if this is but I know that there's a lot of things that go into play with, recruits, and is this guy going to be there? There's a lot of there's more to it than, hey, this is what he's done since he's been here. Let's wait and play it out. I don't know if there's a perfect time when a guy's been there. It's been an odd situation for him, like you said, Andy, inheriting what he inherited. But the COVID year, and then he was coming off a terrible year, and then it was off to a really bad start the next year, and it got cut short because of COVID.
Now, you say a terrible year, but they made the NCAA playoffs.
Yeah, but you go back and look at it. It's all in perspective.
It wasn't a great year.
No, it was pretty bad. And the year, I'm telling you, the year that got cut short.
Now that was going to be a bad.
That one was rolling in a terrible direction.
That was going to be the year that you probably didn't. But you go out. It's going to be. It's like. But back to back recruiting class.
Brent's point is, why are we announcing it right now?
Yeah. Well, he's in the last year of his contract.
Well, we know that.
I think it's.
But like did you have to announce it basically in the middle of the season?
I think it's for recruiting purposes.
Well, I mean,
to say, look, this guy.
That's fine too. But what if it tanks out? Just if it were to tank out, things were to go south. You don't have to do it right now. You can let the season get over and say, okay, now
you're in line probably to host a regional right now.
I agree. So I'm not saying it will.
I just think that things are trending in the right direction.
It is definitely trending in the right direction.
A name to keep an eye on, Bree Ellis. She's about to probably break Casey Cooper's home run record as a freshman.
That's impressive.
She's got 16 home runs. The record's 18. And we still got some games to play.
Well, that's the difference in this team. They're hitting the ball.
Yeah.
The last couple of years, they couldn't hit the ball. So
that's a huge difference. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with Jason Caldwell from inside the Auburn Tigers right after this.
Lake Martin has a new car buying experience. It's the TR Group of Alex City on Cherokee Road. The TR Group has up to 100 late model vehicles to choose from and will not be beat on price, selection, or financing. With the TR Group, your selection and quality is easy and your good credit is rewarded. But we offer guaranteed financing on our inventory because your future is more important than your past. The TR Group, Lake Martin's new standard in auto sales. Located at 814 Cherokee Road, Alex City, USA.
Tails are wagging and pets are bragging about Zoom to Groom. Columbus, Phoenix City, and Smith Station. Zoom to Groom comes to you. It's mobile pet grooming from the comfort of your driveway. Schedule your appointment now online at zoomtogroom.net or by phone at 334-740-9909.
Whether you prefer bricks, clicks, or taps, there's one place built around all your needs. For whatever it is you want to do. Even if your needs change, we'll be right there with you, making it all possible. Because you never know when a new addition will come along. So walk in, log on, or tap away. Either way, Valley's built to help you do you. Wherever life takes you, we'll be right there with you.
Hey guys, this is Nate Pass with Airport Motors.
I'm Connor Branch with Fairway Auto Brokers in Opelika, Alabama.
And this is your first ever Lake Martin Summer Car Blitz.
That's right, Lake Martin. Airport Motors and Fairway Auto Brokers is teaming up for the very first Lake Martin Summer Car Blitz. Make sure to check out either website for the very best selection of pre-owned luxury trucks, SUVs, and sedans in East Alabama. Get pre-approved in minutes online and make sure to use the keyword Summer Blitz in the comments section for $500 off internet price. That's keyword Summer Blitz.
At C&T Electric, our clients are our priority. For the safety and security of your family and home, our technicians are professionally trained, drug tested, background checked, and wear uniforms with name tags. We're proud to have served the Alex City, Dadeville, and Lake Martin areas for the past 10 years. Give us a call at 256-234-0007 for all your electrical service and repair needs. Or visit us on the web at www.cntelectricllc.com and spell out the word "and."
Something big is coming. Something so big, it'll change the world of chicken sandwiches. Zaxby's new signature sandwich with Zax sauce or new spicy Zax sauce. Because the chicken sandwich war ain't over yet. The new signature sandwich. All the other little sandwiches can run along. We'll take it from here.
Hey, this is Doug Roberts, long-term resident of Alexander City. I sold my house with Century 21 Lake Area Realty because all my life I had heard that to sell a house, you need three things: location, location, location. I found out there's actually four. You need location, 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 and Rhonda Gaskins at Century 21 Lake Area Realty to sell your house fast.
Call me today and let me go to work for you. 256-749-3644.
Tails are wagging and pets are bragging about Zoom to Groom. Columbus, Phoenix City, and Smith Station. Zoom to Groom comes to you. It's mobile pet grooming from the comfort of your driveway. Schedule your appointment now online at zoomtogroom.net or by phone at 334-740-9909.
Brubaker Motors in Montgomery is the largest and fastest growing used car dealership in the River region. You can absolutely get a better buy at Brubaker. It's better at Brubaker.com.
Brubaker, Brubaker, Brubaker.
You can absolutely get a better buy at Brubaker.
BREWBAKER. BREWBAKER.com.
It's better at Brubaker.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Brett here with you. Going to go to the phone line, welcome in our good friend Jason Caldwell from inside the Auburn Tigers. Jason, thank you so much for joining us today. Interesting weekend here, Auburn softball, baseball in action, but some visitors here. And can you talk a little bit about Auburn's very ambitious Operation Tiger Takeover?
Yeah, it's been since, the spring of 2019 since coaches have been able to go on the road. It doesn't seem like that's possible. But, because of COVID and everything in 2020, it's been that long ago. And so, I thought it was a really good idea. They decided, hey, we're going to go see every school in the state of Alabama. They're going to try to see just about every school in Georgia. Obviously, lots of schools in Florida and different places beyond. But, focus at home. And, for this staff, getting to meet high school coaches in the state of Alabama is such an important part of the job. And I think this has allowed them to start to build some of those relationships and get to know guys and do some of that. So it's an important part of the job and one that I think coaches missed. I know high school coaches have missed it because that's the time you get a chance to kind of tell coaches about the kid here or there and get a little publicity, and they may be able to go out. And I think the first 2 days they hit 88 high schools in 2 days as a staff, that's a lot. And so they're well over 100 now, and probably close to 200 that they've been in just 5 short days. So that's a big deal. That's important, and we'll see how much it pays dividends down the road.
Jason, I wanted to ask you about that. I know that a lot of beat writers and press around the state have been critical of Brian Harsin and the staff since they've been here. And there was an article a few months ago in the Montgomery Advertiser, and they'd interviewed 10 of the coaches at top programs that said they had not seen anybody really from Auburn or even seen Brian Harsin. Do you think this is in a response to that, or do you think this is just what they're doing was just part of the plan? Because I thought you said it best, starting at home. Well, if there's ever a time to start at home this year, it would be right now because of the level of recruits that Alabama has in this state. It is as loaded as it's ever been as far as a class. So just your thoughts on all of that.
Yeah, I think it's probably a little response to that, but I think it's probably those guys also learning. Being here for a year and realizing what do you have to do at Auburn as opposed to what you have to do at Boise State, and learning the ropes a little bit of life in the Southeastern Conference. I think it's a little bit of everything. I think we'd be naive to believe that it didn't have anything to do with that and in response to it. So you have to feel out the room. I think they felt the room and said, you know what, we need to do a great job, but once it opens back up, of hammering home Auburn in schools in the state of Alabama. So I think that's been a focal point. So yeah, I think it's probably a little bit of both.
I think we'll shift gears in basketball. I believe Auburn's got 2 spots left scholarship-wise. If I'm wrong on that, just correct me, Jason. The amount of top players that are out there that are considering Auburn right now is unbelievable. It's one of those situations where Bruce Pearl is going to have to pick the right 2 or 3 to come in here. But just where does Auburn stand with some of these guys? I know Tennessee got several guys leaving that are coming to Auburn. They're interested in looking. Some other guys that are top 4 and 5 star guys that are very high on Auburn. Who do you think Auburn ends up with?
Yeah, I think, you look, obviously, Janai Broome is a guy that visited Morehead State last weekend. Mark Murphy had a chance to talk to him, and I think Auburn is very much in the mix there. I think you look at what he brings to the table. It's different than what you're getting from a guy like Johan Traore. Traore is a 5, but has the ability to step out, make some plays. Janai Broome is probably more along the lines of a Walker Kessler, a guy that's going to be a shot blocker, going to play in the paint some, lefty that does some different things. So I think you look at those guys, and then you're right. A lot of names out there. A lot of guys that are looking at visits. Former LSU signee, a guy that Johan Traore is obviously very close with, and Julian Phillips is a guy that I think to keep an eye on. He's 6'7", 6'8", but he's a guy that can score from the perimeter, a wing player, and so I think that's a guy to watch for. I think that's what you're looking at. You're looking at another big man and a shooter scorer from the wing. Those are the 2 spots they want to fill with those types of players. And you're right. I mean, there's a lot of options right now because it's such a limited number in terms of basketball roster. The options for basketball as opposed to the options for Auburn football right now in the transfer portal are drastic. People thought early on, well, you just go out and pluck guys out of the transfer portal to fill your needs in football. Well, it doesn't work that way because everybody in the country wants a pass rusher that can get after the quarterback. Auburn needs one of those guys, but everybody else wants one of those too. Everybody wants an offensive tackle. Everybody wants a dynamic playmaker wide receiver. Those are the spots where Auburn needs guys, but everybody else take those guys too. And so it's just really drastic difference in how the portal looks at the moment.
Obviously, wide receiver is one of those big options. Auburn's got a lot of, or at least some options there. Thing that's kind of intriguing, you got a guy like Caleb Chapman, 6'5", 195, transferring from Texas A&M. Then you got like Ryan Pepins, 5'8", 160. What is Auburn looking for? Is Ike Hilliard? I mean, is he? What kind of receiver do you think he wants to bring into the program?
Yeah, I think his playmaker is the biggest thing. And obviously they're different. But Chapman, when healthy, has been pretty darn good. I think he had a game against Florida. We had 9 catches for 160 yards and 2 touchdowns. And since then, I think he's only played in 5 or 6 games because of injuries. But he's a big, athletic guy that can really run. And so I think you look at him as a guy that could be a potential, good fit for what they want to do. But, Ryan Pepins could be a guy they look at. I think he's a guy that would be intriguing because he is a playmaker. And you look at the NFL right now, there's no mold that you fit in. You look at Tyreek Hill, you look at Jalen Waddle, you look at these are guys that probably 10 years ago, people are going, well, maybe they can return kicks. Now those guys are a big part of an offense. And, Ryan Pepins is a guy that showed that in high school, has the speed, and would be an interesting guy to keep an eye on anyway.
Jason, we appreciate it as always. Hope you have a great weekend playing a little golf at Jordan-Hare Stadium.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, looking forward to it, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Jason. Appreciate you, brother.
All right.
Bye. And, again, baseball at home. Didn't have really a chance to talk to him about that. But big series. He'll be at the baseball series all weekend. He's going to try to get over there to Top Golf, by the way, which is at Jordan-Hare. I'm excited. I'm going Sunday afternoon.
Is this going to be a one-time deal? Or is
I don't know that, but Top Golf's kind of doing a college tour where they're going around to different stadiums.
Very cool. Don't go anywhere. One final segment of the Auburn Blitz right after these messages.
Folks around these parts have known for a long time that Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280, is your #1 stop for automotive service and repair. At Walls Tire, you'll always find quality service at a fair price on everything from AC, name brand tires, big or small repairs, routine maintenance, towing, and more. When your car or truck needs to run right, there's one place in the area to go, conveniently located and easy to find. Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280.
Russell Do-It Center and building supply stores have the tools and materials to get the job done right, whether you're a professional contractor or just a weekend do-it-yourselfer. With everyday customer conveniences like a drive-through lumberyard, price match promise, and our Best Rewards program, each of our 9 locations offer top brands and building materials like lumber, hardware, tools, paint, lawn and garden, and much more. Visit today and see what Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply can help you build tomorrow.
EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare, serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama.
Don't be caught in a dirty vehicle. Lake Martin Mobile Detailing will have your vehicle or boat looking like brand new in no time, and you'll be back driving in style. They specialize in detailing, paint correction, gel coat restoration, and ceramic coating. Take it to the professionals at Lake Martin Mobile Detailing. Call them today at 256-794-2328 or stop by and see them at 702 McCarty Road in Dadeville. Mention this ad and receive $10 off. Lake Martin Mobile Detailing for your cleanest vehicles around.
WOTM is the television provider for all Alabama High School Athletic Association championship events and special programs. WOTM is your home for the Super 7 football, state finals basketball, baseball and softball state championships, the AHSAA weekly show, and WOTM also produced the first ever football playoff show, Super 7 preview show, and reclassification reveal show. Your exclusive home for all things AHSAA is WOTM. Contact your local cable provider to request WOTM to your channel lineup.
Need that boost to get you started in the morning or help get you through a long day at the office? Alex City Nutrition is your answer. Alex City Nutrition, located on 2nd Broad Street in downtown Alex City, offers meal replacement shakes, post-workout shakes, extreme rebuild products, and a vast array of loaded teas that offer focus, energy, and build up your immunity and overall health. Want to buy in bulk? We now offer your favorite flavors by the gallon. Come by Alex City Nutrition today or call 256-496-8284 to begin your journey to great health.
The Eric McKinley team at Mortgage Pro in Alexander City is the perfect lender for all your mortgage needs. Property values have increased and interest rates have never been so low. So if you haven't looked at refinancing your house in the last 6 to 12 months, Mortgage Pro is here to help you take advantage of that. Our team is closing loans in 15 days or less, so give us a call at 256-397-0248 and let our team go to work for you today.
Growing your business isn't just one thing, it's a million little things. Should you lease, rent, or own? How fast can you get that part? Does it fit the budget? That's what your local cat dealer is here for. With expert advice, flexible financing, and industry-leading equipment, you can get the job done, day after day. Visit ThompsonCat.com, your compact equipment provider.
Welcome back, everyone, to the final segment of the Auburn Blitz, brought to you each and every day by Russell Do-It Center. 10 locations around Central Alabama for all your building supply, home decor, tools, whatever it might be. Go and check out Russell Do-It Center today. The Auburn men's golf in action, the SEC tournament going on. Auburn top 8 teams going after Friday's final round, going to the quarterfinals, match play, which is going to be on Saturday. Auburn moving up. I think they're in 5th or 6th place. Tigers trail Florida, leading the thing at 9 under, LSU at 7, and A&M at 6. Auburn 1 shot ahead of Georgia, Missouri, Mississippi State, and 4 ahead of Tennessee, which is 9th. So Auburn men's golf going on as well as softball and baseball. So just a tremendous
Can you believe
amount.
it's May, basically? Where in the heck has this
Brad,
burst?
when you blink, we'll be talking about fall practice.
I mean, that's really – you look, and I know I've got a son that's graduating here in about 20-something days from high school, which is weird in itself. Because I still feel like you and I should still be in high school. But
it's weird for me.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the thing is that, man, it just rockets by. It just seems like, you know, when you look at it from a standpoint of, we were just talking about how different school is now compared to when we were in school, and heck, man, you can get a pass to go fishing now because you have a fishing team at all these schools. And I remember if you got caught fishing during school hours, back in the day, you would get suspended. So it's just changed. There's a lot of different opportunities out there for kids and a lot of different things to do. But I mean, it is hard to believe the baseball season and the softball season. You're talking about the golf tournament, everything. Spring sports are coming to an end. It's coming to the conclusion. I mean, we're halfway through the SEC schedule, and we'll be talking about the SEC tournament here in a few weeks. It's just
as Jason said, it's going to be in the 80s. So when
of course,
when it starts getting the mid 80s,
you know, we've had a really windy month. I mean, it's been cool, more on the cool side, more of a spring for the first time in a long time I can remember. But buddy, when it does flip the switch, sweltering, 90s, as humidity's out the roof.
Bring it on.
I know. You'd just rather sit out there and burn up. That's just not a lot of fun to me. I do love being outside, and I do love warmer weather a lot better than I do colder weather the older I get. But I don't like to just sit there and just turn into a tomato.
I know.
You know what I mean?
I know.
Okay.
Happy birthday today. It is April the 22nd. Eddie Albert, Green Acres. I lived to almost be 100. He was 99 when he passed. Aaron Spelling, who gave us Charlie's Angels, gave us
Tori Spelling.
It gave us Tori Spelling.
That's right.
Charlotte Ray, you remember her from Different Strokes,
right?
As well as The Facts of Life.
The Facts of Life.
Mrs. Garrett.
Mrs.
Glenn Campbell. Favorite Glenn Campbell song?
Rhinestone, right?
Wichita Lineman, man. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, Rhinestone.
You like Rhinestone Cowboy?
I just have to go with
That's a good one.
That's his
ultra talented guy.
Yeah, to have a speech impediment. Had a speech impediment.
Did he have a speech
impediment?
Really?
But sings perfectly.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of people out there.
Mel Tillis.
Right. So Mel Tillis is one of them. So.
Jack Nicholson, born on this day, 1937. He and Glenn Campbell, born a year apart. Spencer Haywood, he was a basketball player. Peter Frampton, Frampton Comes Alive, great album.
Right.
Jeff Hostetler,
do you remember?
Won a Super Bowl.
Kind of filled in for Phil Simms, and
I believe Phil Simms got healthy. But
he was right. They were riding the wave of Jeff Hostetler.
He would not. Yeah, they would not replace.
And they beat the Bills.
And they went on to beat the
Bills. Well, the Bills beat themselves.
Well, Scott Norwood.
Poor Scott Norwood. Oh. Even in that 30-30, he still cries to this day. I mean, you don't ever get over that. You don't get over that.
I feel bad. I feel terrible for the guy. But good for the.
At the end of that 30 for 30, they show like he made it.
Did you watch the Shark? 30 for 30. They came out the other night.
I watched the
pretty good about that '96 Masters.
See, I didn't. I hate I missed that.
It's good.
Boy, he choked that thing away.
Oh my!
But I did watch the E60 on Joe Paterno. Very, very good.
Really?
Yeah, it's sad, man. I mean, look, I don't know how much he knew, and obviously he was ultimately responsible because he was the head of the program. But to see what happened at the end of his career after putting 60 years of his life into that, and the amount of respect and thing that he had earned in the football world, and the iconic standard that he set, to just be erased because of it. And it was just a sad ending. Now, of course, obviously the saddest part were the victims of Jerry Sandusky, who still thinks he didn't do anything wrong.
Well, again, there's a podcast out there, or there's an investigation that a guy says that he thinks he's proved that he didn't do anything wrong.
Well, Jerry Sandusky in that call on that E60 was as adamant, saying, I am the victim here. So
Jimmy Key from Huntsville, Alabama, was a pitcher on those World Series. Cheryl Lee, Twin Peaks, who is Laura, who is you're not Twin Peaks. Ken Dorsey, Matt Jones, Marshawn Lynch, Amber Heard, who apparently took a dump in Johnny Depp's.
There is no doubt what is
crazy.
Going on. Well, which one's crazy?
They're both crazy.
They deserve it.
He's Brett. I'm Andy. So long for now, everybody. We'll talk again soon.